So yes, you're not real and the other person is not real, and the hug happens within the illusion that we have about our perceived reality. But inside that perceived reality, it feels real. And we all know this. That's why we're not drinking bleach or robbing a bank or going on a killing spree. Because we know that inside the perceived reality, that is a complete illusion, it happens. So the difference lies in the identifying with that perceived reality. Before your identifying falls away, you will have a specific biochemical, psycho-endo-emotional pattern that you identify with. And from that, and within that, you create your perception of reality. After your identifying falls away, you might still have the same biochemical, psycho-endo-emotional pattern. However, since you no longer identify with it, your perception of reality will be completely different. And that is why you hear non-duality teachers say that nothing has changed and yet everything is different. Because when you no longer identify, nothing is important. But that does not make your life unimportant. Your values might change, but there's no longer any identifying with those values. And that creates space for what really is. So you might lose your leg, but you don't feel anything is lost. And you might lose your life, but you know nothing is lost. The only thing that is changed is the shift in a self-created perceived illusion. It's a dissolving of subject-object. Okay. So now I'm going to talk about what happens within that illusion. And I'm aware that it's going to be an intellectual conversation, which only can happen within the illusion. So kindly keep that in mind too. I'm going to give an outer explanation to an inner experience, which is basically impossible, and we can dance a color afterwards. It's just as impossible. But the problem with the inner experience is that many of us get it once we have had an intellectual understanding of the inner experience is not. So, once the simplicity of it shows itself and your identifying starts to fall away, the ego is going to throw doubt into the mix. And that will take you for another trip in the roundabout. So what you're going to experience in a second is that I'm going to mention lots of different scenarios and you're going to get it. And as soon as you get it, the ego is going to present itself, create doubt, and then you're going to fall back to the first step. It's kind of like the first two steps, which is exactly this, a non-identifying and doubt. And most people spend their entire lives in this back and forth because within the illusion we're split into. So as I said, we have the ego persona that is a participant. It's where all the emotions and all the feelings are. And then we have the authentic persona or the genuine persona or the honest persona, which is the observer. And the observer is not in the feelings because it's not participating, it's observing. It's kind of like being an anthropologist, observing what is happening but not engulfed into the emotions and into the feelings, which means that you have kind of like an overview. It's like, you can also imagine if you have like a maze and the ego is running around in the maze trying to find its way out, where the authentic or the genuine or the honest person, which is the observer, is standing on 5th floor and looking down on the maze and can immediately see the way out because there are no emotions involved in it. It's why we often are very good at giving advice to other people because we're not emotionally involved in it at all. you're standing on the 5th floor and you don't really care if people take the advice or not, because it has nothing to do with you. Being the observer, you keep that distance in you, or the I wouldn't call it distance, but rather call it an overview, where you're not engulfed in all the emotions. You don't have the chemical release that is pulling you down. You manage to have a distance where you observe what is happening instead of believing that it is happening. And for most people, that dance back and forth between those two, because a lot of times you will have an insight which puts you in the seat of the observer up on the 5th floor, and you can look down and you have the view of the observer. And then something happens, somebody says something, and you're straight back into the emotions, or you create the doubt yourself. You doubt that what you're feeling is right. It can't be this easy, the ego says, and then you think, oh, I better meditate, I better eat, I better, all that. I shouldn't do and all that. And then you're back in the doubt, back in the roundabout again, and you're part of the participant again. You're back in the soup of emotions again. And that back and forth is where the majority of people live. Those two steps are repeated over and over and over and over.